Hi guys, Jim again with another Sudoku video, and today we are solving a Thermo Sudoku presented by the guys over at Cracking the Cryptic. Quick word on them first. Cracking the Cryptic are a couple of puzzle solving experts who have their own YouTube channel and have been putting up daily solves for years now of very interesting and very challenging puzzles. They're definitely worth a watch. They're very, very clever guys and the content is just entertaining. So yeah, go check them out if you haven't already. In addition to putting out great YouTube content, they also have put up for sale these collections of Sudoku variant puzzles, which you can buy on Steam or on your phone, and I think they are terrific. They are very tough, but they are all handcrafted, and the logic is really kind of very beautiful as you go through these solves. And they've got handwritten hints as well to help you through some of the harder ones, or some of the less hard. I mean, they're all hard, right? The first one is a hard puzzle. But yeah, I've really enjoyed them. I think they're the best collection of Sudokus I've ever played, and they've introduced me to these really interesting variants on the theme of Sudoku as well. So yeah, definitely go check it out if it is your cup of tea. Right, I will now jump into today's puzzle, which is a Thermo Sudoku. So what do I mean by Thermo Sudoku? Well, I'm on to puzzle 82 now, although actually it's only my 8th AMD software. Interesting. It's actually only my 8th Thermo solve, I think. It's a 2-star puzzle, so we shall see if it trips me up. And if we jump into it, so what do I mean by Thermo? Okay, well, Thermo Sudokus are Sudokus that obey the normal rules of Sudoku, so the digits 1 through 9 must appear in each box, row and column. But in addition, you have this constraint where the digits on a thermometer, so these little thermos here, they must increase as you increase along the thermometer. So if you start at the bulb, you then increase along them like this. So that could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you could skip them out. So 1, 4, 6, 7, 9, for instance, would work. But they have to increase. And yeah, that's the rule. And it makes for some very interesting logic. So let's jump in. I really like thermos. I think it's because I like pencil marking, and you get a good opportunity to pencil mark with thermos if you so choose. But they can be quite tough. This one looks hard. This is a 2-star puzzle, but I think this might take me a while, so we'll see. Right, now, so first, is there any obvious Sudokuing I can do? Let's just quickly rule anything out there. Right, so 1s in this box are limited to 2 cells by these 2 1s. So I like to note where that is the case. If I can limit in a box cells to 2 digits to 2 cells, I denote them with a little pencil mark in the top corner. I think that's called Snyder notation, and it is very recommended. 9s, nope, that's it. Literally 6s. I have 2 6s. No, that doesn't help. Wow. Okay, so right, so I have to use these thermos quite quickly then, and they're not long. So the thing with Thermo Sudokus is that the longer the thermometer, the more information it gives you, because you want to be able to restrict your digits. But this is only a 4-cell thermo, and what that is telling me is that this could be a 7. Sorry, this could be a 6. 6, 7, 8, 9. So this could be any digit between 1 and 6, which is really not very constricted. These are 5-cell thermos, which are not much better. So that could be anything up to a 5. What you really want is a 9-cell thermo going all the way along, and that is 1 through 9. Easy done. I think that was the case in my very first thermo. Right. Well, I'm loath to do this, but I think I'm going to have to. So if I take all the 5-cell thermos, I am going to drop in that they can go 1 through 5. And it's not very elegant, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not sure what else. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And finally, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, so it's not very elegant. And then even worse, let's do these. Wait, have I done that right? Yeah. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you're a fan of Cracking the Cryptic, you will be familiar with this technique. It is called good lifting. Right, now, Okay, there's some instant logic I could have actually spotted without doing all this pencil marking. So 1s and 9s are powerful in Thermo Sudoku because can you put a 1 on a Thermo? Well, you can, but it must go at the start. You can't put a Thermo anywhere. You can't put a 1 anywhere else on a Thermo. And the reverse is true for 9s. So can you put a 9 on a Thermo? Yes, you can, but it must only go at the end. So actually, this 1 9 and this 1 9, they're quite powerful. And if I look in these boxes, well, I have 2 ends and 2 starts. So that all of these boxes are filled with thermos. So every cell in here is a thermo cell. So I only have 2 options for 1s from the get-go. And in fact, in this cell and in this cell, one of those options is gone. So I know for a fact that is a 1 and that is a 1. And in fact, that gives me the 1 over here. Now the 9s are not quite so useful, right? So that could be a 9 and that could be a 9. And at the ends here, that could be a 9, that could be a 9. And that could be a 9, that could be a 9. However, that has just helped me spot one thing. Where does the 9 go in this row? Well, the only place a 9 could go in this row is here. Because every cell is a thermo cell, and it's the only end, if you like. So that is a 9. And that leaves us with this sort of X-wing jobby here. Okay. So it's not nothing, but it's not a lot. Right, okay. That does give me a 1 in this box, which I can't imagine is going to be particularly useful, but I will take it. I'll take what I can get. And then that limits 1s down here. Have these 1s done any damage? No, those are 1s and those are 1s. 9s, even less. Okay. So and we're stuck. No, we're not stuck. We're not stuck. Okay, so right. So where does the 2 go in this box? Well, you can kind of see it from the pencil marking, but you could have just logicked it out. So the 2 either, if you've got a box full of thermos, the 2 either starts a thermo or it follows a 1. And it can't start this thermo because of the 2 in this column. So actually that is a 2. Do I have similar here? I don't quite have similar here. Okay, the other thing to do now, the obvious thing to do is clear out pencil markings. So what do I mean by that? Well, where we've got, an 8 here, I've got possible 8s here. Those can't be 8s because there's an 8 in the column. Those can't be 6s because there are 6s in the column. Here we've got 4s and 6s. I can remove those. Here we've got 5s. I've already got the 2s sorted out my other one. One of these 2 cells is a 2. I can't do very much here, can I? Now this is interesting. Okay, so this helps a bit, right? This starts at a 3. So can that be a 3? Well, no, of course it can't because you'd have to go down to a 2. So that can't be a 3. Can that be a 3? No. Can it be a 4? No, because we'd have to go down below 4. So that can't work. Then this can't be 4 or 5, and this can't be 5 or 6. So actually that thermo is much more restricted now. This one is less so. This one still could be pretty much anything. Okay, now in this box, where does the 2 go? Well, it doesn't follow this 1. And I said earlier, it either follows the 1 or it starts its own thermo. Because I couldn't possibly put a 2 here because of the 1 being taken there. So that is in fact a 2 as well. And then I've got the same, I can play a similar game here, can't I? So that's a 3, that can't be a 3. The minimum this could be is a 3, therefore this can't be a 3, what would you put behind it? That can't be a 4, that can't be a 5. In fact, can this be a 7? No, it cannot, because you'd need to put 8 or 9 following it. So that can't be a 7, and therefore that can't be a 6. So actually, yeah, this is a bit more restricted than it was, which is nice. Again, can this be a 3? No, it cannot. Can this be a 4? No, it cannot. And can this be a 7? No, it cannot. Because then what would you put here? 8 or 9. Right. So, yeah, that's resolved reasonably nicely. Now, this has got 3 and 7 in the column, so I can remove those. Right, again, where does 2 go? 2 can either start a thermo or follow a 1, if the 1's already gone, right? So, in that case, there's 2. Now, again, can play the same game. Can this be a 3? No, it can't. Can this be a 4? No, it can't. Okay. Okay, I have a horrible feeling I'm pretty much done with all the easy stuff now. Let's see if 3s are useful. Ah, they are. So in this box, where does a 3 go? Well, I don't know, but I do know that it's in one of these 2 cells, which means this and this cannot possibly be 3s, because there's already a 3 used in the row. So I'll drop a 3 note in there. That's helpful. Ah, and then that has reduced 3s in this box to being available only in one position, which is there. That then plays this game again. Can this be a 4? No, it can't, because you'd have to put a 3 ahead of it, and there's no 3 available. Ah, now this is lovely. Finally, this has whittled this down. This cell can now only be a 7. Because if you tried to put 5 there, what would you put here? Well, you could put a 4, but then what would you put here? You'd be trying to put a 3, and there's already a 3 in the box. So that is not a 5, therefore it is a 7. This hasn't been too bad. The power of the pencil mark. Can this be a 6? No, obviously not, because it's following a 7 in a Thermo. So that is an 8 or a 9. Okay, where does the 3 go in this box? Well, because of the 3 here and the 3 here, the only place it can go is here. Now, can this be a 4? Again, we can play that same game. No, it can't. That can't be a 5. Can this be an 8? It cannot, because I cannot put a 9 here. Why can't I put... Oh, yeah, because there's a 9 in the box. Can that be an 8? If there's a 9 in the box, either the 8 goes here or here. So it's the same game. It's the same thing with 2s. So if you've already got the 1, a 2 will either have to follow it or start its own Thermo. If you've got a 9 at the end, either it will have to be preceded by an 8 or an 8 will have to end another Thermo. So I can actually pop 8 in the corners of these boxes there, which helps me rule 8 out. So that can no longer be an 8. And neither can this. And actually, yeah, that's great, because in this box, therefore, where can 8 go? It can only go here. Tell you what, this puzzle would take me 5 times longer without the pencil mark and the highlighting. Like this would be a tough solve, trying to spot all these things. I can just click on that and I can see where are the 8s, you know, visually. Otherwise, you'd have to be reading your own pencil marks, which can't imagine that would go well. Ah, lovely. Can this be a 6? No, because I haven't got anything high enough to go in that digit. So this must be a 4. Ah, and this is a 5-6 pair in the row now. So where does a 9 go in the row? It must go there. I've revealed a 3 somehow there and a 7. This has been a really like, I didn't think you had enough information here at all, but it's just sort of resolved itself very nicely. That's a 7 in the box just by regular old... Well, no, not by regulars, because that can't be a 7. Is that 5, 6, 8 triple? It is. That's a 5, 6, 8 triple. Where does the 4 go in the box? It must go there. That resolves this 4, 5 pair. That gives me 5, 6. This gives me 4, 9. This gives me 8, 6, and 5. And we're basically done. Look at this. So I mean, we're basically done with the Thermos. So now I have to do regular Sudoku. Can you believe it? Ah, lovely. So this is a 1, 5 pair, by which I mean in this box 1 and 5 must be in both of these cells, so therefore only 1 and 5 can be in either of these cells. That means up here to complete the grid we need a 7 and a 3. Yes. 3s are limited to one of 2 cells in that corner box. 3s are limited to one of 2 cells up here. What about 4s? I just did 4s. 5s are limited up here. Ah, that's lovely, isn't it? So where does 5 go in this column? Only 2 places. It must be there. And therefore this column needs a 3 to complete it. That gives me a 7 and 3 in that order, which is really nice. That's a 3 over there. That's a 1 and a 5 now sorted in that order. 3s are now in this little X-wing configuration down here, so I'm not going to be able to disambiguate that just yet, but that's pretty much done. Sixes, brilliant. Sixes in this top right are up there. Sixes in this top left are in one of two cells. Sixes in the bottom middle are in one of two cells. And that's not very helpful. Sevens. Sevens are up there in one of two cells in that box. They're limited to one of two cells down here. Fours are not. I don't know why I did that. I apologize. Sevens again down here. Ah, okay, great. So that gives me this little bit of logic. Where do sevens go in these two rows? Well, it's either here and here, or it's here and here. But there's nowhere else I can put a 7. There's not enough space. So the 7s in this box are actually limited to those two cells. 8s. Doesn't look like I can do a lot with 8s. What about 9s? 9s don't look much better. 9s are in one of two cells down the bottom there. Okay, what am I missing in this box then? That's the next thing to do, isn't it? 2, 9, and 8. 2s are not there. I did know that. So this is 7, 8, and 9. 8 can't go here, and 9 can't go here. So that's not very useful, is it? Can I do something with this? I feel like maybe there's only one way of doing this. I don't think so. I think I still have a few options there. Okay. Let's just go around again quickly in case I've missed anything obvious. So 1s in this box are limited to one of two cells. And in this box they're limited to one of two cells. That makes sense. I've only got 2 1s left after all. What about 2s? Not seeing anything obvious on 2s. Or 3s. Or 4s. 5s are limited in one of two cells over there. Ah, and they're limited here as well. Okay, yes, good, excellent. So it's the same trick as before, right? So because 5s are in one of these two, in these two rows, columns rather, I know that there can be no other 5s up here. So if you try to put a 5 here, well, there's only 2 places for a 5 in this box, so that would become a 5, and then there'd be no places available for a 5 down there. So 5s are ruled out from down there, and the 5 is ruled out from here by that 5. So that is a 5. That gives me a 5 over there as well, which is hopefully nice, although I actually don't think it's as useful as I had hoped. No, okay. And now I'm just left with 5s in that little X-wing shape. Fine. Be like that. Right, what am I missing from this row? This now is quite limited, isn't it? 8, 9, and 2. Not seeing anything obvious. This really my next weakest. 5, 6, 7, and 8 is missing from here. This can't be 5 or 8. This can't be 6. And this can't be 5 or 6. Do I get any nice pairs randomly pop up? Don't think so, no. Oh, that can't be 7. Ah, is this a naked single? This is a naked single, isn't it? Can't. I need 5, 6, 7, 8 to complete the column, and 5, 6, and 7 are all seen. So that is in fact an 8. Ah, this is a useless triple. Chocolate teapot, as it's known. Right, okay, well 8s are now limited to one of two cells there. This has left me quite a tricky, like, classic Sudoku, if you like, right at the end. I'm having to do a lot of pencil marking. I don't know if I'm supposed to spot some more naked singles or anything. So naked singles are basically where if you looked at a cell, you realise it sees all 8. It sees 8 out of the 9 digits in one way or another, and therefore it can only be one thing left over. But it's really hard to spot. Well, I find it difficult to spot. I mean, I don't want to just fully pencil mark the whole grid, but I feel like that's where I'm going, right? Otherwise, we're just going to stare at this board for ages. And I thought I had a reasonably quick solve on my hands, but actually it's turned into a bit of a nightmare. Okay, well let's do some heavier pencil marking then. So we got 3s and 9s, and then what else are we missing? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is this a naked single? I was just saying I can't spot naked singles. Is this a naked single? It sees 1, 2, 3, doesn't see 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. It could be an 8. Damn it. Yeah, it could be an 8. Although that does mean that in this box, wait, why can't that be an 8? That could also be an 8, right? In fact, I think, yeah, no, I think I'm just going mad. 3, 4, and 8. Yep, never mind. Never mind me. Well, that can't be an 8. There you go. Useless. No, that can be 4 or 8. Sadly. Can I really not disambiguate this lot? I think I can. Can I? No. Oh. I'm so sorry if you are seeing the answer and it's really obvious. What am I missing? Okay, look, there's only 4 cells missing here. This is my weakest box, isn't it? So I'm missing 6, which I know is in one of these two, and then 2, 9, 4. And unfortunately, I don't think I can do anything with any of that. Okay, 9. Great, that can't be a 9. Amazing. That's not helpful. Okay, this is missing 2, 4, 6, 8. That can't be 8. That can't be 2. This is a pity. This suddenly got really difficult, and maybe I'm just being blind. Maybe this is really obvious to disambiguate. If this is an 8, this is a 5, 6 pair. If this is a 6, this is a 5, and this is an 8. Okay, those are my 2 options, but they're both different, and they're both perfectly allowed. It's going to be some horrible Y-wing somewhere. I can't spot Y-wings. I just can't do it. I might have to use a hint here. How many videos have I done? Like nearly 50, over 50? I've done over 50 Sudoku videos. I think this might be my first hint. What am I missing from here? 2, 4, 7, 9. 2, 4, 7, 9. That can't be a 9. That can't be a 9. 2, 8, 9. Useless. And then these are 2, 4, 6, 9, 8. And okay, that can't be an 8. And that can't be a 6 or a 9. It's just not helpful. Why, puzzle? Why? We were getting on so well. I also really don't want to edit. I don't want to edit out like minutes of silence. But maybe it's coming to that. Oh no. Am I going to have to use my first hint? If I use a hint, I don't mind. Like, these are hard puzzles. Okay, so this is a Y-wing. Okay, so I've just spotted a Y-wing. It's not that helpful, but it is. So this is an 8 or a 9. Okay. Now, what that tells me is if I put 8 here, okay, and then I look along this row, that becomes a 2. Okay. If I put 9 here, that becomes a 2. So in the finished solution, either this is a 2 or this is a 2. And so what that means is any cell that sees both of those cannot be a 2. And in that case, this cell here cannot be a 2. So I can remove it as an option. So it's not nothing, but I don't know how to spot them. They're so hard. Is it a similar thing here? No. I was thinking, is it like this? No. I was actually quite proud of spotting that. But it's not that useful, is it? But that's what you have. That's the sort of nonsense that you have to do in these really tough solves. This shouldn't be that tough. This is a 2-star. I shouldn't be needing to use Y-wings. I must just be missing something really obvious. 2, 9, 4, 7. Okay, this is a full pencil mark. I'm so sorry, but this is a full pencil mark. I think it is. Okay, right. Well, let's just do this box. So we know 1s are available there. We know 2s are available here. We know 3s are available here. We know 4s are available in all the cells. 5, 6 is in one of these 2 cells. We know 7s are limited to these. 8s and 9s are taken. Okay. Okay. Is that giving me anything here? You know. Okay. And then what about this box? So many options for this box. I am missing something obvious. How long it... Can you see it? Have you seen it for the last 15 minutes? This is a Thermo. That is a 7. That must be an 8. 8, 6, and 5. Oh my god. I'm not gonna edit this video. I'm gonna leave it all in so you can see my suffering. And a Y-wing that I spotted myself. Pointlessly, as it turned out. Yeah, look at this. This is just collapsing now under the weight of my own stupidity. Oh man. Look at that Y-wing. Y-wing has been useful. That's now a 4. Oh my days. I'm so sorry, everyone. The amount of times I was like, can I not disambiguate these? Oh, if you've watched all the way through that, I commend you. Look at this. This is just like literal join the dots. I suspect that was a really lovely puzzle, and I've soured it. I've soured it. Look, sometimes you just miss the obvious logical step. I've been called out for it in the comments plenty of times. And I knew. How many times did I say I'm just missing something obvious? And I was missing something obvious. But there you go. That's the fun of these puzzles. So sometimes you just get stuck. But either way, I still really enjoyed that. I hope you did, and that you can bear to watch any more of my nonsense. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Cheers.